What up, guys? Another Adonis review. Today, I'm happy to be doing High on Life, the new game made from the creators of Rick and Morty. To kind of break in and explain the general concept of this game, what you should expect. It is a linear, single-player story game where you are a typical teenager that you can create different faces, like woman or man. No real point to it though, because all of the personality comes from the Gatlians, I believe they're called in the game, which are basically the weapons that exist. And they all have their own souls and powers and can talk, and basically weapons with faces and whatnot, and personalities. And your Earth gets invaded right before you're about to throw a party, and you find this Gatling gun that basically helps you, try to stop the invasion that's happening on Earth with you and your Morty-ish self and your summer self sister that comes along with you because your parents are away when this all happens. And so that's the general gist, and then you go on a space adventure where you have to slowly gather weapons and whatnot and become great so you can stop the invasion happening on Earth.
You know what? Please.
Now I will say, I've been excited to see this game ever since I've seen this first playthrough of this, going over it. This game is hilarious. There is a joke, fucking firing every fucking 5 seconds. And, to be fair, I'm not the type of person that overstays my welcome. If a person in a conversation is supposed to talk only for, a certain amount of time, I'm not gonna sit there for fucking 30 minutes trying to see every single thing that they'll say. To fucking finally hear them repeat something and be like, "Ha, there you are. You didn't create fucking 5 hours worth of different material. How dare you?" But I actually did test this. I didn't stay here for 30 minutes testing people to see, how many unique jokes they could come up with. But, I was interested to hear the jokes. I was actually, I wanted to see how funny they were and, what they talked about. So
oh my God, I broke my fucking
I'd sit there, 4, 5, 6 times testing somebody to see, how, will they start repeating themselves? Should just move on? And they actually create a fucking good amount of content. I mean, literally, in every 5 seconds, there's a joke being said. And it's fucking different and unique, and that's tough to do. That's tough to do in a game. This game is said to have a runtime of about 10 hours. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, depending on how fast you go. But real good, based on what you're getting. And so first the positives, right? I don't know if you can tell, but it looks kind of cartoonish and silly, but the graphics are actually pretty good. Pretty good. They're pretty smooth. They look pretty good. It's like it's like bringing Rick and Morty to the future. Like if they did remember anyone ever seen that Simpson episode where they go 3D and it becomes like a 3D animation? It's kind of like that with Rick and Morty. So real neat. I really like the art style. I think it's done terrifically. Like I said, the game is hilarious. They really do a great job making diversity with the jokes, and it is actually pretty funny. I've said before that we live in a world now where, if you think about it, comedies don't really exist. When was the last time you saw a fucking hilarious, super bad, knocked up Pineapple Express Step Brothers type movie in theaters? Leave a comment. Tell me one movie you saw this year in theaters that was funny. That wasn't a Marvel movie. That's just funnier than a normal movie. It doesn't happen. And it seems like, the only way to get humor nowadays is we have to do it through different mediums. Like I said, like Marvel doing it in their Thor, Love, and Thunder, and, and Rick and Morty-ish type creators doing it through video games. So this is how we have to get our comedy nowadays. I guess this is how we have to get it. But that's okay. It is done pretty well. The story itself also is pretty awesome. I think it's really well done. It kind of gives you that nostalgia of being a kid. You know, I remember, you know, growing up, you watch, you know, 80s and 90s movies. Let's say a lot of them focused on like a kid hero, right? Who, you know, invasion happened, or they'd be thrown into a different land, and you know that kid's the chosen one that would basically be able to topple the evil king or whatever, right? And that's kind of how this feels. You know, you kind of feel like the hero meant to save your Earth when you're just a kid, you know, thrusted into it, and it really kind of gives you that nostalgia with it. So it's pretty cool how it does that. It really makes the just like in the opening, it really makes it seem exciting and fun, like you're fucking, you know, like you're in like an action packed, you know, space adventure movie from the get-go. Really well done. I think it's great. You know, it's not a whole lot of bad. I'd say the only thing negative, you know, you also get a lot of different guns with different variety of personalities that are each hilarious in their own way. The gun gameplay itself is smooth, works pretty well. There's not a whole lot of negatives. I think the negatives are just kind of like it being what it is, right? It's a good length, but it can be done pretty quick. It's a very linear story. So some people who just aren't into, you know, if you're only into open worlds or multiplayers, obviously it's not going to be for you. But if you're down for a quick adventure that, you know, that you're okay with doing, then I think this is a game for most people. I think, you know, if you and a friend or a girlfriend want to play it, I think it's a great thing to play with a friend, even though it's a single player game. Like I said, there's not a lot of negative overall. The game has pretty decent graphics. The story is very well done. The combat's pretty good. It could be a little bit stiff, you know, obviously gunplay in like Call of Duty is going to be, you know, much better, but for what it is, pretty well done.
I'm fishing, right?
Oh, right.
So,
of course. Sorry, it's very.
I give it like an 8 out of
have
10.
you caught anything?
Now let's go to the last thing, which is like, you know, what should you pay for it? What's it worth? Now I'll say this.
Why are you fishing?
This is,
What's going on?
I think, and I'm not positive, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've looked, and I think this is the first game I've seen in a while that's actually a fucking Xbox special game. I don't know if it's going to come out sooner or later for PlayStation when it comes out, but I can't find it on the PlayStation Market. So, you know, there you go. Xbox, you know, scores 1 point finally. It has a game that's fucking that PlayStation doesn't have. So if you want to get this, I think you can only get it on Xbox. So there you go. You finally got something, an exclusive, at least for now. Now the good thing is, this is a Game Pass exclusive game, which means that if you have Game Pass, you can play right now, completely free. Congratulations, go download it and play it. If you don't, you'll have to pay for it, which, you know, it's going to be full price if this just came out today. So, you know, you might want to think about fucking getting Game Pass if you don't want to pay for this. You know, for even a month, you know, since it's such a short game. Why not just pay for Game Pass for a month, smash it out in a few days, and, you know, and then fucking enjoy whatever else you can get from Game Pass, you know, until then. I don't think it's going to be really worth playing. I mean, I guess that's the biggest negative. Second negative, there's not going to be a lot of huge second playthrough, you know, so it's something that you play once and it's going to be over, you know, you can't listen to all those jokes all over again unless you just want to show someone else and have them laugh. So that's going to be the biggest negative. There's no playback value, unfortunately. So I'd get Game Pass for the month. I wouldn't even pay for it. I would just let it go and fucking play it on Game Pass if I were you. So hope that helps. Like I said, I think it lives up to what I was hoping it would do. It's a simple game that has some cheap laughs that does its job. So like I said, get Game Pass and play it. If you're not going to get Game Pass and play it, like I said, might not be worth buying it, but it's up to you. Later, guys.